Well, hello everyone. It's late night for Jen. Welcome to my channel, Jen's Gems and Vintage Finds. And tonight I'm going to do a live haul for Tuesday, August 5th at 1 p.m. Central Time. So I know I always promise you guys a live haul. I know I have some changes going on with my life and my new beginnings as far as full time on YouTube. So um, I'm excited. I'm really excited to get started with this new journey and love to be here with all of you as always. And so tonight, just going to have just a simple haul. I know it's late for me, but I'm going to go to bed soon. And I figured I'd just jump on here because you guys like to um, see what I'm going to have for. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Leonore. Hi, Jody. We're going to have, hi, Francis. Um, just thought I'd have a little chit chat time and show you the goodies for Tuesday. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're not registered with my channel, please do so. Just send me an email at jensgemsfinds@gmail.com. Hello, Rosa. How are you? I know you guys, this is late for me. So I was going to do this tomorrow night, but I realized last minute that I'm like, oh, there's other people on, so I don't want to interrupt their sales. So I was going to wait till Tanya was done for me to do this. I was going to try to do it earlier, but I was getting all the goodies ready. So thank you, Leonore. I appreciate you so much. You know that, girl, for sharing the information. I'm by myself tonight, so Joe's not here. He's asleep in bed already. So just you guys chit-chatting with me. So, but yeah, I have a lot of things, guys. I have a lot of things. I got some estate sale buys this week. I went to my local consignment shop and she was working some deals with me. So I've got some really cool things this week. I've got a lot of sterling. Like we were here last week, we did a whole tray of pendants, which I have another tray this week. Just to let you know, not as many, but I still have a whole tray of those. So we're going to be High Better Gets Choice come Tuesday. Rings and things like that. Did I find any pink pearls? Well, it's funny that you asked me that, Wendy, because I have a bust. I don't know if you guys saw my little, I literally just took the snapshot, and bear with me. I'm still learning the technology. Sometimes I've been doing this for 2 years, but Joe always helps me. So I got on here pretty well. I was really excited about myself. I have some things. Let's see what I show you, but let's see. One of the necklaces right here is this multicolored freshwater pearl necklace, which I think is phenomenal, but let me show you what that is. I also found, which instead of me talking about it, I like to show it. If you guys are interested, I was lucky enough to find a Akoya pearl necklace, 14 karat gold Akoya pearls, Japanese Akoya pearls. I still have the ones from um, last week, or the ones a couple weeks ago. I showed you the freshwater pearls, but these are the Akoya pearls, the more that everybody's familiar with the Japanese Akoyas. So, but yes, let me get started. Let me just go over a couple of things for people who kind of watch this video. So how I do it on my channel, for those of you who don't know, I don't do any pre-sales. I do these lives, kind of interactive with all of you. You have to wait until Tuesday to purchase any of the items. I will give you the information on any of the items for you prior to what it is. So if that means like if you want specs on the items, such as weights, measurements, and then the starting bids, of course. So if you can physically be here Tuesday afternoon, you can always send me an email at jensgemsfinds@gmail.com and give me a description of what the item you're looking at or items. And I will give you the starting bid of those items for what it will be on Tuesday. If you physically cannot be here in the chat on Tuesday, you can leave me a high bid of any of the items that I'm going to show you tonight. These are all fresh, brand new, never seen before. That way it's fair for everybody and it works for me and works for all my viewers. So hi, Elizabeth, how are you? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. If it doesn't, just send me an email. I'll explain it more. But this is how I work it, and it seems to work. And then, just so you guys know, my last day at the hospital will be this Friday, August 8th. I've been talking about that in one of my chats. And so we're going to go 2 days a week, 2 days a week starting next week. Actually, it'll be a Tuesday. And then I'm going to start doing 2 days a week starting Sunday. So 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern starting the 10th, and then 1 p.m. Central Time on the 12th. So this week, 1 week this week, just Tuesday this week, I'll have a little weekend off, at least Saturday. And then Sunday, I'm going to start doing this all the time. So you'll have me at least 2 days a week. So Sunday afternoons at 3 p.m. Central, and then 1 p.m. on Tuesday. So yes, I'm very excited, very, very excited. I actually did today. I would, one of the things you guys know about me, for if you don't know about me, I have when I work at the hospital, I'm around sanitizer, Perel all the time, right? I work in the emergency room. And then I come home and I polish all this jewelry and get things clean for you. So my nails are really, really bad. And literally like today, I've been like all weekend there. Look at my, I know it probably looks better than it was, but you guys can see. See, look, well, actually on this pinky, right? On my left pinky, or this my right pinky. You guys see this? I've been testing silver, gold all weekend, and sometimes it leaves stains on my fingers. And literally, I did my nails tonight. I was so happy to. I mean, this is just me doing pink on pink. I said, I literally had to cut my fingernails off because my nails were like literally splitting. They were splitting like it was so bad. I said, "Oh my gosh, you guys!" I said, "Okay, I'm not going to do this anymore." So I didn't want to put my. I probably just painted my nails tonight. I probably wanted to go out and get them done, but I said I'm not going to have time because everybody's going to have questions and stuff. So, hi, Kirsten. How are you, honey? But yeah, so I'm excited. Just wanted to pamper myself a little bit. I'm going to color my hair. That's the next thing. I ran out of time today because I literally was doing stuff all day. So I'll have my hair colored. I'll do that myself and then the next day or so, but we'll get that done. But anyway, you guys want to hear about my beauty situation. It's kind of crazy. But yes, it's just you guys tonight. I'm Joe's in bed. I just want to come on and show you what we're going to do. So anyway, let's go. We're going to show some stuff. For those of you who don't know, anything in the back of my back set you might see back here are all things that I've shown before. That's not what I'm going to show tonight. But those are all buy it nows. In case if you ever ask me a question and say, "Hey, Jenny, do you still have this 18 karat gold cross pendant back here, Sarda set?" Yes. Do I still have the sage and abalone dragonfly back there? Yes. So if you send me an email about all this stuff back here, you can watch my previous videos. And those are things you can say, "Yes, Jenny, put in my bin." Put it in my bin so I can add it to your order come Tuesday afternoon. And when we do our invoices actually Wednesday morning, but the things I'm showing you tonight are brand new. Okay. All right. Let's rock and roll. So Wendy's question, she asked if I got any pink pearls. Well, let me show you I put this bust on my backdrop or on my little snippet here. So bear with me as I go around my office. And this is kind of a selection. I just kind of threw 4 necklaces on here. Okay. So as I mentioned, top one here, 18 inches. Akoya pearls. You guys asked, I got some. I was lucky enough to find 18-inch Akoya pearl strands, staple in every woman's wardrobe. And for your grandchild and senior in high school, they take their senior photos in high school. This is what they're going to wear around their senior portraits. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful Akoya pearls. These are from Japan. 14 karat gold. Look at the luster on this. That's what they're known for, Akoya pearls, if you're not knowing. These are saltwater pearls, okay? So 18 inches, beautiful strand of pearls. Those will be here. Second, Wendy, when you asked for a freshwater or what you asked for pink pearls, I got this. Look at this. Now, these are freshwater, so these are the difference. This is grown in freshwater. This is multicolored freshwater pearls. What's nice about this, it has a magnet clasp. Seed glass, kind of braided design. And look at the multicolored. So you got the whites, the peaches, the purples. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So I have that as a necklace. I believe this is 18 inches as well. Let me just pull it up here like that. There's the koyas and here's that. You can even layer them together if you wanted them to, Pearls are pearls. Pearls are wonderful. Okay. So Pendy, that I have those. There's probably more in the go, but now this was kind of cool. I love this. You guys, I live in Florida, for those of you who don't know. So down here in Florida, we have a lot of these chic boutiques, okay? And these are kind of what is hot when you're wearing a beach dress, sundress, things like that. This is look at this carved mother of pearl. shell. Okay. And look at the inlay on this bead, on these beads. I thought this was the coolest thing ever. Look at the vintage clasp, and it has the shells that are entwined with wood. I just thought it was really, really funky and cute. And look at, I mean, it's a statement. I've had these before, maybe not this particular style. I've had Nautilus shells, I've had different things, but these are very, very pricey. If you come down to Florida or any of the southern states, and if you're finding like near the, they'll charge you an arm and a leg for these kind of things. I just think it's really, really cool. But look at the carving. Beautiful. Okay. And then the last thing, these are what I'm talking about. You come down here, these are freshwater pearls, but look at the size. I picked this one up because of the size of these freshwater pearls. Look at how big these are. These are 9 to 11 millimeters. And they're on leather cord. Now, if you shop around for these, and what's cool about this, you can adjust it. So if you want to make it, you know, you can, like, it's for, I think 30 inches and it goes another 4 inches at the bottom. But I thought these were really, really cute. And you can wear this like simple. You can wear it on black, you can wear it on a sundress, you can wear it just simple pearls and elegant. But these are like bougie. You know, there's not much, I mean, they're leather cord, right? But just the way that they put them together. But you go to a boutique down here and they'll start, these are like $200 to $300 for this kind of thing. I'm not going to charge you $200 to $300 for that. Okay. But I pick up pearls. So pearls are here. Okay. So let me put this bell back on. Let me get that there. So if I missed anybody, I'm by myself. So bear with me, you guys. You're not used to this whole situation by myself. So I'm going to start to have to get doing different things. Okay. So that's like I said, I'm going to have a little bit of a pearl situation going on for Tuesday. So, okay. Oh, where are they? Okay. Put that back there. I don't want him falling on the ground. Let's put him down there. Let's just put down there. Okay. Other things. What am I missing? Did I miss anybody? Okay, I didn't miss anybody. Okay, if I miss anybody, tell them I say hello. All right. So I have, okay, just bear with me, everybody. I have costume, sterling, things that I think everybody's going to, there's something here for everybody. Okay. I even have gold this week. So let me just show you a couple things. I'm just going to pick and choose, but there's so much in this bin. As you see behind me, I'm picking from the sterling silver. This came from the kind of the consignment store where I go and buy a lot of things. She's a lovely lady. She's sterling silver. Look at this. It's a pin, marcasite cameo. Isn't she beautiful? Nice large piece. Okay. Then oxidized sterling silver cuff wire work. Kind of a concave shape to it. This is for about I think it's about a 6. I didn't measure. I think it's 6.5. Notice this is heavy too. Oops, sorry, not prepared. There we go. About a 6.5. I call in the middle. I go in the middle of the cuff right there. About 6.5 wrist. This weighs about 67 grams. Everybody, this is heavy. Simply marked 925 on the inside. But very, very cool. I like this cuff a lot. Okay. You guys know I like the Balinese. I don't know where this is made, but I'm going to take a guess. Most likely Bali or Thailand, but still very, very cool. All those scroll works, all that silver, all hand done in with oxidation. I really think it's cool. All right. All right. I'm going to kind of go back and forth a little bit. I have something for everybody this week. Believe me, I got it all here. My Native American lovers or Southwest lovers, that should be more politically correct. Let me just move this out of the way a little bit. The Heshi bead and turquoise. And what's they call this possibly, like, if I'm calling this correctly, the tears of joy. Is that Rosa? I don't know if Rosa's still here or not, but this is kind of a cool, it's like a wire memory one. So there, you can adjust this to your neck size, which is kind of like it just follows your neck. Isn't that cool? All sterling silver, beautiful turquoise, and all these beads. I left the patina there. I didn't want to shine this up too much. Okay. But it is a memory wire necklace. It just kind of sits on your neck. Okay. And then you can flip it. Here's the back side. You guys can wear it either way. When you feel like you want to wear the turquoise, there's that side. Okay. So that's kind of cool. All right. This was cool. Now, I did find some pieces. I'll be honest with you that either they spoke to me because it's unique, but sometimes I buy pieces and they might have a little bit of a condition issue. If you're one of those people that are willing to overlook that this is loose, black, lucite, and it's been repaired, and I'll show you. This is sterling silver CZ, but look at this from the side view. This is just cool. Sterling silver. Look at how much is going on here. You got, when it opens up. Okay. Now, if you look closely, I'm going to be full disclosure, but I like to show this kind of thing, you know. You guys can see it got repaired here. Okay. But the cool factor is from the side view, look at that. Fashion, almost like Chanel looking. Okay. And I thought this was just different. I've never seen anything like that before. And it is sterling silver, but it is more for smaller wrists. So it's for a 6.5 or smaller wrist. So if you're a small wristed lady, but I'm going to give you a phenomenal deal on this because I think it's really cool. And I really think if you're willing to, and it's not going anywhere. It's just like it got repaired at that one spot. But I just thought it was really different, cool. A little bling factor too. So anyway. All right. A couple pieces are like, you know, when I get to things, I'll show you guys. All right, moving on. Let me see what else I can show you. Okay. Hi, Dina. How are you? Good to see you, honey. I'm doing a late night haul. I do mine interactively with all you guys just to say hello. Oh, hold on. I got to put him back up. I think a few months ago, I don't know if it's been a few months, Kirsten, you had one with a little carousel horse. I found it in a swan. She had one like this with a carousel horse, and these are black onyx, carved black onyx beads, and then these beads right here are glass, all cloisonné. It's a swan, all multicolored, all silk knotted. Isn't that pretty? Different. And again, here's the swan. So you can wear it that way or the other way. Okay. I just thought it was different. Okay. I did find some Austrian brooches. Here's one. Simply, so get this up here. Signed Austria. Prong set. Kind of like a waterfall. Looks like it's moving. See, there's even stones underneath it. Then you can peekaboo. You can play peekaboo with your brooch. And it is signed Austria right there in the back. So, really, really pretty. I like that. I got some earrings. Let's see. Okay. I know somewhere along the line, this goes back a little bit. I think they're asking me about penguins. If I ever found a penguin brooch, well, I found a 980 silver penguin brooch. Lapis, red jasper, malachite, and onyx. Look at the back. Handmade. Look at this handmade. Look at how this was done. Handmade. Look at simply signed 980. Isn't he cute? I just thought it was adorable. I found animals this week, you all. Oh, what do I want to show you? Okay. A minute. Hi, Suzanne. How you doing? Yes, I'm up late, Suzanne. I'm surprised you're still up. You're on the same time as me. Blue coral. You guys know I'm a big fan. It's hard to find this material. I'm telling you, getting harder to find this material. Blue coral. And then you have the red coral there, and then the red coral here. Vintage. Anytime I find blue coral, it comes home with Jenny. Because it's hard to find this. Okay? All right. So I know I have my gem people here, so bear with me. I had some cool gem pieces this week. And sterling too. We'll get to all that. This is also coral, believe it or not. You guys aren't going to believe me, but this is serpentine chip necklace. Okay. This is actually fossilized coral. If you get this up close and personal, you guys see, maybe in the reflection you might not be able to, but you guys see the little, see right there? Those little dots you're seeing? Looks like braille almost. Those are little openings. So this is fossilized coral. Really, really cool. So a different shade of coral you guys maybe not used to seeing, but this is what did I say this was? This was just like a fossilized coral. I don't think it might be from Indonesia. That's where I'm thinking it's from. This type of color comes from over there. This is different. So I liked it. Picked it up. Okay, moving on. Unique pieces. Here we go. Now we go from, this is sterling silver on this one. So what we got going on here is sterling silver clasp. Okay. Garnets. And then this is rhodonite discs. And you have the little glass beads here. Down here is a oyster shell with a little freshwater pink pearl. Now, when I tested this wire that it's on, first, most guesses, most people say, oh, that's sterling silver. Well, yeah, most likely, but this one is not. It does not pass the sterling test on the wire that's used to put this together. But you, if anything, if you guys don't, if you like the necklace, you can, or you can take it apart, because finding garnets in rondelles like this, pricey. So if you don't like this and you want to put something else at the bottom, you can always take this off, put something else on it. I don't know, but I just picked this up because I thought it was really cool. Again, I'm in Florida, so sometimes I find some more unique things down here, what people do. So, all right, let's see. I'll keep going back. Found a listener brooch. Paisley. Pink and green. This is a bling one. Very blingy. Signed Lisner. Right in the back here, Lisner. That bling. Different. Like it. Okay. Okay. All right. I promised you guys gold this week. I found two things, two pairs of earrings. First one is a pair of 14 karat gold, black coral, not onyx, black coral, on lever back findings. This is black coral, not onyx. So very, very pretty. Again, harder to find the coral, so I find it, bring it home. And then these are not signed, but I'm going to go over what's going on here. These are 14, they test 14 karat. There is not a mark on it, but these are really, really cool. These are mother of pearl, and then you have inlay lapis. Hold on one second. In the mother of pearl, there is blue lapis inlaid in there. Now, these are 14 karat gold. I told you to test the metal. Okay, these have a little clip back that goes in the back. Okay, there is a little wabi-sabi going on one side of the earring. Right? Oh, exactly this one. Yeah, wait. I have to find where it is. It's so well hidden that I can't find it. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. It's so good. I don't see it. When I show you guys. Come on, Jenny. Oh, right here, honey. Okay. Talk to myself like a honey. So there you go. So part of the little bezel is kind of just missing in that one little section, but you don't even barely see it. The stone's not moving. It's still there, but part of the gold right in that little edge is missing right there. Okay. But I just think these were so cool. Again, they are testing 14 karat gold. They weigh about 7 grams total with the stones. Okay. This gives me vibes. I'm not claiming they are, but I just think they give me vibes. If you're familiar with the manufacturer, it's called Ash Grossbard, okay, German company, or Cabana. They are also very famous for this. There's no marks on these, so I don't know who made this. I couldn't find who, Google search or anything like that. I'm just saying that they were cool, and if you want something different and modern, unique, this is really, really cool pair of earrings. Okay. So unmarked, I don't know who made them, but really, really cool. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay. Everybody familiar with the company Tabra? Tabra. Cool factor. Also came from my local consignment store. Look at these. Signed Tabra. Amethyst moon. And these are all amethyst here with rhodochrosite. And a little amethyst bead there. They have 14 karat gold backs, posts, and then backs, but 14 karat posts on these Tabra, signed Tabra. They are signed on the back. So you have not heard of this company or this manufacturer. Very, very high-end designer. And look up, especially they're famous for their moon scenes. Okay. Faces. All right. Now, this week I got you guys, I went through a lot of earrings. So we're going to have probably like an earring party this week. Again, some of these you have not seen. Because I literally went, last week was a lot of the necklaces from my previous purchase from my other, what I call the Taj Mahal place I go to a lot. Look at these chalcedony. Aren't these gorgeous? I mean, come on. Yeah, white zircon and chalcedony, sterling silver, and they have the Japan finish on them. Just the black rhodium. Some people call them Japan. Really, really pretty. Okay. So yeah, if you're looking for earrings, I have some design. Look at these. Now here we go from this one. Now these are signed by a designer. These are, of course, signed by a designer. Rebecca Collins. If you've heard this of the company Bless Our Earth. Sterling silver clip earrings. This company is Rebecca Collins. She does this out of Dallas, Texas, and it's called it's called Bless Our Earth. That's her name of her company, I guess. This is rough, smoky quartz at the top with the with the cabochon smokies at the bottom. But look at how much silver is going on here. Signed on the back, all clips. These are heavy. So if you're not you don't like heavy in your ears, but look at these. Aren't these cool? 37.6 grams on these. I'll just give you a text on this one. But these, if you ever heard of this company, again, look, called Bless Our Earth or Rebecca Collins. Look her up. Really cool things. Okay. Kind of give you some highlights. I'm trying to give you, oh, I haven't. This is old, vintage Mexican sterling. Agate brooch. C clasp on here. Look how large this is in my hand. There you go. It's a big size. It's about 2 1/8. Okay. I try to bring things to the table for you ladies, you know. All right, hold on. Now, speaking of Akoya pearls, my vintage lovers can appreciate this. Or anybody can appreciate Akoya pearls for all that matter. But look at this. Look at the bows. You guys seeing the bows? I have them upside down here. Let's go this way. Look at the bows. They're 3-dimensional. And look at this. Look at a little pearl in the clasp. Isn't it gorgeous? Sterling silver. Beautiful bracelet. This is 7 1/4 inches long. My wrist is a little bit bigger than some others. This would be in my collection. I'll be honest with you. This was hard, but it does not. I'm just a little too big for it. But if you are about a 7 1/4, this would be beautiful on you. Even if you're smaller wrist, you could take out a link and put earrings out of them. Can you imagine? Oh my! Can you do that? Oh, I love pearls. If you guys don't know, pearls are my thing. Pearls are my jam. Okay. I'm gonna show these. These are signed. I believe these to be Navajo. Look at these earrings. Look at the turquoise and look at the inlay of the coral. And just when you think it couldn't get better, first of all, then you turn it to the side and you'll find the mark maker EM right there. Okay. Now, what do you think is going to be on the back, right? What do you think is going to be on the back? A sheet of silver, right? Most earrings you see. Look at this. Look at that. This is serpentine with silver pyrite in it. It's a stone. So they're literally taking stone to stone. It's not reversible because you'd have to flip the crooks around, but my God, look at that. I've been doing this a long time, and maybe I'm not that familiar with Native American jewelry, but I did find one comp online with this designer, and it's not something I've seen that often. I mean, I've seen reversible jewelry, but I mean, to do that and to do this, I mean, wow, that's a lot of labor. And it's all sterling silver, but isn't that cool? I don't know. I just loved them. They're signed EM. I don't know who EM is, but that's what's signed on the side. So, hi, Mia. How are you, honey? We're just having a good show and tell session tonight. Finally got on here to do my haul late night tonight. I have charm bracelets. So if you guys are looking for charm bracelets or collect charm bracelets, I've got this one. This is more European charms. We have Germany in here. There's a little Bierstein, Liechtenstein, little, yeah, I mean, Eiffel Tower. I got this for a good price, but I can go over this, but I guess this was one charm bracelet, okay. I also have, well, I have one back in my back set. I have this one. Did I show this last week, guys, or no? Maybe I didn't. Look at this one. Maybe if I did, I didn't. I don't remember, guys. Maybe I showed it. I never showed it. I don't know. This one has cars and dice and violins and things like that. So if you're a reseller, if you want to take these off and sell more than what I'm going to show you per gram, I'm basically showing you for the weight. But I'll go through these if you're interested in charm bracelets. Yeah. Okay. Let me show. What else can I show you? Cut your socks off. Okay. Oh. doing a midnight sign. Hi, Martha. How are you, honey? I'm trying to keep up with chat. Just doing a little haul for Tuesday. Swarovski crystal clip earrings, signed Swarovski clips. Okay. Now I found this barrette. I don't know if everybody likes to wear barrettes, but this is signed Mexico on it. Mexico up there. Okay. Inlay abalone. But it ends up being, it is not sterling silver. So it's not signed alpaca, but it's not passing the sterling silver test. Okay. But it is a barrette. Nice large barrette. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know. I just loved it. I find things like anything that's inlay. You guys know I'm an inlay girl and I love pearls. anything, anything between those two beers, I'm going to pick it up all day long. So here's another one. It's like this. Look at this. I love things like this because I think about the appreciation of what it takes to do this. Because you're working with a curved object to inlay something straight. So you have to manipulate the gemstone, or in this case, the mother of pearl and shell, to fit around that. So it takes a lot of patience and a lot of determination to do something like that. Now, this is not sterling silver, just a simple cuff, but I mean, come on. When you have a finished product that looks like that, it boggles the mind that things like that get made. There's no mass production in that kind of stuff. You take things for what they are. All right. Let me show you a couple other things, and I'm going to probably wind it down. So I want to let them take up the whole shot. I'm trying to think of some things that are going to rock your socks off. Okay. Now, these. Okay, I bring you something off the beaten path on this. Now, this is not typically something I'm known for, but look at these. These are Italian, from an Italian designer named Marni, Marni. These are runway earrings. They're actually runway pieces. These are chalcedony. All chalcedony. But look how they're done with these little beads that hold them together. Modernistic. Really, really cool. And again, if you haven't looked at these retail for about $650. Marni. If you're not familiar with that company, please look them up. They're in Italy, and they make some really fabulous jewelry. And I was lucky enough to find a pair of earrings from them. Marni, Marni. Okay. All right. This week was kind of crazy. I was just like finding between costume and sterling and things like that. I was finding everything across the sun. All right, check glass. This is a butterfly. Let me just hold that up correctly so you guys can see it. There we go. Hold this up. Little butterfly rhinestone brooch. And they print signed Czechoslovakia in the back, but it's a butterfly. These are flying. There's a little antenna, little flower on top of the little red rhinestone. Okay. I also have a coral Pegasus brooch, sterling silver. I know, Elizabeth. I know. This is a coral Pegasus with the blue rhinestone. And there's the sterling with little Pegasus head right there. Beautiful. Remind me of blue zircon, but they're not the blue rhinestone. But if you guys want to know what blue zircon looks like from the probably 30s and 40s, that would, if it was regular, or if it was a true gemstone, that's what they were mimicking here. So really cool. All right. And of course, Italian made acro mosaic brooch, signed Italy. Let's see. I'm pretty much getting down there. Let's see. I know it's probably okay. So I'm trying. I have a okay. Now for my Native Americans and people that I got the people. Okay, I got turquoise this week. Give me a minute. Let me pull these out. But I hold her breath for a minute. Okay. So, like I said, 35 pairs of earrings I have ready for you guys Tuesday. 35 pairs. I'm just showing you the highlights. Okay. These are marked Marge Begay. Marge Begay. Shadow box earrings. These are pierced ears, sterling backs. They are signed. Marge Begay. 15.8 grams. Look how large they are. Here you go in my hand. Okay. Beautiful turquoise. Couldn't get those in my cart fast enough. All right. So, I mean, I will be showing a lot of things if I haven't shown already. Earrings is going to be probably the majority of what I'm showing. Here's the dangle turquoise. I've got 28 people here and 21 thumbs up. Thank you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me tonight. Appreciate it. These are screwback dangle turquoise earrings. No, Leah. I'm just what I do here, honey, is I do things a little bit differently. Normally I do my live when I do a haul. Some people do like pre-recorded videos, and for me, I like to do interactive because this is the time where my husband's sleeping. Usually by this time of night. Well, I'm usually in bed as well, but that's my way to kind of interact with you guys on a personal level and ask me questions along the way. But tonight's probably not going to be questions. Last week I did a lot of question and answers. But this is like a live haul. So these are the things that you're going to be seeing. These are all new things I'm show. I don't pre-sell on my show. Mia, if you're new here, I know, I mean, I've seen you around. But what I'm doing now is I'm just giving you a preview of what's going to be coming up on Tuesday. But I do it in an interactive way, in an interactive manner, I guess you want to say. These are really, really cool. Okay. Might need a little bit more of a bath, but I think they're pretty. I don't want to take too much of the patina off. These are actually signed Sali, S-A-L-I. These are handmade in Israel by this designer, S-A-L-I. If you're not familiar with Sali, very modernistic designer. These are pierced ears. I have I put both because some people want to have little backs and then some people want to have little this. But look at the articulation. I think it's cool. Sterling silver, but made in Israel. I just thought they were really cool. Oh, you thought I was selling tonight, Mia? No, I haven't been on here since 1 o'clock. Now, I know that you guys know one of my best friends is Leslie from Black Dog Vintage. Okay. We all love Leslie, at least most of us, I think, hopefully do. But she is known for her Mayan Ryan. And so, you know, when I find earrings like this, and for those of you who just got some Mayan Ryan t-shirts, if you wanted something to go along with it, look at we call Mayan Ryans. These are cute little earrings, oxidized finish. These are actually 900 silver. These are the warrior earrings from Guatemala. Now, he's not from Mexico, but Guatemala is pretty similar to if you wanted the warrior earrings that kind of look like Ryan Mines. He's sitting down having a party, I guess you want to sit there. But these call warrior earrings. 900 silver. So I know she's probably sleeping in bed by now, but shout out to Leslie and everybody. By the way, Leonore, I know you're really good about sharing everybody's channels who are here. If you don't mind doing it, my sweetheart, I would so much appreciate you. I know you're really good at that. Here's another pair of turquoise earrings. These are simply marked 925. But I like the abstract, almost like an abstract pentagon shape. Pierced ears. You guys like my cards? My husband had these made, so I'm using these cards for display. Which, if you guys haven't seen my new logo, and hopefully you guys see it on top of the page, that's our new logo. So we're going to start putting stickers in all our boxes so you guys get some things from us. We're going to have the new stickers up there for you guys to have. So kind of cool. On your boxes from us. Now this comes from Great Falls Metalworks. This company called Great Falls Metalworks. They're known for a lot of their modernistic designs. This is an inlay opal. You guys have been asking me for opal like crazy, or have been finding opal like crazy. So I try to find it as much as I can. Black onyx inlay. Told you I love inlay. Okay. Aren't those cool? Thank you, Leonore. You're the best, my dear. Hello, Suzanne. Did I say hi to you? If I missed anybody, tell me I'm sorry. Now, Wendy, you're asking for pink opal, or you're asking me for pink pearls, right? I have pink mother of pearl, and then I have a lot of pearl earrings. So I mean, I'm gonna have like earrings like this, cute little button freshwater pearl earrings. You guys have been asking you for stuff like that. I mean, I'm gonna have earrings across the board. You know, I'm just pulling out highlights tonight. But again, we're gonna, if there's something you want, I probably have it. Here's pink mother of pearl, Native American. Look at these sawtooth bezel. Okay, so again, I was lucky enough to find this lady. My contact gave me so many. Now, one of the things that's in here too, you guys also know the designer I love as well is Swarty. Swarty, handmade in Bali. Now, 18 karat gold and sterling silver. What's cool about this earrings, all handmade. Sorry, I'm trying not to make you guys dizzy. 18 karat gold, sterling silver. These are charms that you have on here. So you can take these charms off, and you're going to get with this set, because it came with them, 2 extra sets of charms. One has little cloisonne beads that you can put on here, and then one that has little freshwater pearls. So it gives you all different. And then if you know, I know that there's on the market, you can buy charms. I mean, you can get charms that go on these hoops, but I actually, these came with 2-3 sets, which are kind of nice. So they're real simple. You can wear them with or without the charms, but you're going to get some 18 karat gold on this particular sets of charms. And these, like I said, these are come off, and nice woven earrings. Okay. Gives you a different look. So you have all poison. If you're poisoning, you want something to go with that. It's all here. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything more unusual that gets you guys excited. So I know you guys like everything. Things that are going to get you guys excited. Oh, I'm going to show you these. You guys are going to laugh. Okay. Halloween is, well, Bruce would tell us how many days to Halloween. I know he's sleeping. I had to pick these up. How can I have not left these back? Look at these. They're witches. They're little witches on a broom. This is all seed beads. And look at her feet. Look at the little socks. Like, I just thought these were so whimsical. I was just like, what the heck? I said, look at the back of her dress. It's got like a little bow and stuff. I just thought these were the most adorable looking things. I said, oh my. I said, I had to bring these home. I don't care. I mean, somebody's going to, you know, I brought up Christmas in July a couple weeks ago. I said, okay, I know that we're not even past the start of school yet, everybody, but you know, I just had to bring these guys home. They're so cute. All right. I just thought I'd end on a little whimsy, you know. That's pretty much, I'm just looking at things here. Oh. I mean, I want to save things for the show. I'll show you this. Okay, and you know I'm a gem girl, so when I find labradorite, now this is kind of cool. It comes on a cord, but look at this labradorite piece. Look at this blue flash. So again, it's going to come on this real long. This adjusts though. Watch, it's like a little wood bead thing, so you can put on your outfit. You just move this little thing down and you put it around your neck, and then you can have it to whatever length you want. Or you can take it off this cord and put on a chain. You could do it that way too, but I mean, labradorite is phenomenal. Look at that. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, I have other things here. We'll get into it next week, or well, on Tuesday, I guess. Again, I have, um, we'll get to everything. Let me move my camera back. Sorry about what I look like, guys. I've been up all day. Okay, let me go back here. Anyway, there. So yes, it's been a little like of a night. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate all 30 of you, 33 of you guys are here watching me. I appreciate that. Um, Leonora, again, thank you for all your help that you do. And I appreciate everything that you do for everybody in the community. I think everybody gives hugs and love to Leonore because I think we all should give her a little thank you. For all the mods that help and everybody who kind of helps out in the community. We appreciate all of you. So yeah, if there's something here, I'll be bringing it out. If you want to ask me anything. Now, I don't pre-sell any of these things that I showed you guys tonight. So, but I'm really happy to give you information, starting bids, gram weights, descriptions, things like that via email. I know I hear my email kind of dinging as I've been going along here. So I know that there's probably you guys have been sending me chats. But I'll be here Tuesday at 1 o'clock. If you're not registered, please register prior to Tuesday. That's what we ask. Just send us your information, your name, your YouTube name, your complete mailing address, your phone number, and your PayPal information to jensgemsfinds@gmail.com. And if not, you don't have to buy anything on Tuesday, but we do giveaways on my shows. And so that way, if you win, we know where to send your things to. We do, Mia, at my show, we do, now the things we're doing that I just showed are all auction pieces. Okay. So if you're from, since I know you're asking a lot of questions, so let me kind of go over things. So the reason I did do this live interactive haul is kind of to go over questions like this with you guys. So if you're new here, so this is how it works. So when I do my live hauls, I show you the new items or things that you guys haven't seen before for a preview for what's going to come up on Tuesday. Once an item has been shown, which means if, let's say hypothetically, let me just take a piece here. Let's say, we'll just work with this labradorite pendant. So let's say hypothetically, we're just going to hypothetical. I'm going to start this and let's say we bid on this. I'm not going to do this now, but let's just say we went this and I say, okay, it got passed, which means nobody bid on it. And I put it down, put it back in its baggie, and it goes down. Now, the rule is on my show, or how I work it on my show. My husband is normally here, Joe, which you haven't met him yet, Mia. He helps me do my shows. Once an item has put down from a live auction, such as once it goes past, if you send an email literally within 30 seconds or 10, whatever, right after it is, and say, I want that labradorite pendant, blah, 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 my husband will pull it aside for you and put your name on it and such and such. I will let everybody know, okay? And maybe you guys are maybe not familiar with this. I do have clients that don't participate in the live chat. They're at either, because I have afternoon shows, so I know that some people watch via work, Zoom, or whatever they're doing, and they're interacting with my husband via email. Okay, so I have people that wait for things to get passed, or you can send me a silent bid prior to the show. So if you can't physically be here, you can leave an item. You say, Jenny, I want to bid up to such and such dollars on this pendant or this labradorite pendant. I can't be there. Can you do that for me? I will be happy to do that for you. So just to let everybody know, because I get a lot of emails after the 5-hour shows that I'm on, and they'll say, Jenny, I didn't see you sell this one. I'm surprised it got sold, because I have people watching along the way. So because I do afternoon shows, that happens a lot. So I'm just giving you guys fair warning how that works. Okay. But as soon as an item is passed, it is up for grabs. Like you see things behind here. Now these, I'll probably do this because this is all things I've shown before. You can watch my previous live shows and ask me anything about anything in my back set. You'll see all of these things before. And if you send me an email and say, Jenny, I want to buy, I don't know, let's just pull this off. Let's just take a bracelet. I want to buy this big, huge sterling silver bracelet. Tell me about it. How much is it? And I tell you about it. And you send me an email about it. Because I've shown this, it will be yours, right? Because I've already shown that. So how this works on my show, it's pretty much fair game for everybody. That's why I make it easy for everybody. There's no, first come, first serve. That's how it is. It's like first come, first serve. Once an item is shown. After the fact, it's basically you send me an email, you send me an interest in something, ask me a question, Jenny, what do you have in stock for 14 karat gold earrings? Yeah, I'll tell you this is what I have. I'm very interactive, easy to get along with. Okay. Most of the people in here in the chat can explain that to you. So, and if you can't be here, I make it easy for you to be here. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I will take your absentee bids on things that you want me to look at for you. So if you saw something that I just showed in the last hour, um, and you say, Jenny, I love this piece. Can you bid me? What is the starting? You'll send me an email, say, Jenny, what is the piece, what you're looking at? What is the starting bid? I'll tell you what the starting bid is. What is it, what you're willing to go up to? I will bid in just like you're in the auction. Okay. I will say to everybody in the chat, I have a silent bidder here for such and such item. So if that piece comes up, I don't have to mention your name. But I do have people that come up, they'll leave a silent bid and all of a sudden they show up in the chat. So it's kind of it's kind of like depends on what happens in the situation. But I can accept it for you to do that. Okay. But you have to be registered. Yeah, I don't take any silent bids or unless you're registered. So Mia, please send me if you're not registered with me, send me your information to jensgemsfinds@gmail.com. And also subscribe. If you're not anybody here who hasn't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It's the way you get notified when I do live interactive things such as this live haul tonight and my sales or any pop-ups I do. That's how everybody works. So so after this Tuesday, then I'm going to start doing Sunday afternoons. So all of you guys are aware of what my new schedule is going to be because my last day at the hospital will be this Friday. I will then be turning to a full-time reseller on YouTube with sales 2 times a week. One on Sunday afternoon at 3. So I'll be on right before Tanya comes on at 6, or at least my time on Central Time. So 3 p.m. Central or 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And I'll be doing on for 3 hours. And then Tuesdays, I go on at 1 p.m. for my 5-hour show. Okay. So that's how I'm going to do it. The remainder of the week, I basically go out and try to find things for all of you so I get it prepped and ready for Sunday. So that's how I do it. I do it by now. To ask about format, Mia, I also do buy it nows on my show. So, but when I get to that part of the show, I usually say we're going to do buy it now. So I usually put in the chat, we're going to do buy it nows. So, for example, that kind of came up last week a little bit. Somebody says, Jenny, how does that work when it comes to? I was doing a ring tray, and somebody says, Jenny, I'm interested in this ring, and the person who asked for it, let's just say hypothetically, her name is Holly. Holly asked for a ring. And I say, Holly, are you here? Because I know some of you are multitasking at home. You're cleaning the house, you're making dinner, you're doing this or this or that. So you can't sit down and physically be here, and you're doing different things. So I'll say, Holly, I'm bringing up your ring. Now, because I'm saying Holly's name doesn't mean Holly gets first shot at it. What it means is to buy it now. I'm just telling Holly, if you're in earshot, I'm bringing up the ring you're requesting. It's still going to go into the same buy it now format. Whoever first puts in the amount that I say will get the item. So because some people are a little bit concerned, like, well, because you said Holly, was it only for Holly? And I said, no, it's for the first. I'm just giving that person's attention because that's the person who asked for the ring or whatever item we're doing. Does that make sense? So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, that's right. There you go. Like Francis just said, that's right. I take absentee, but so like this is like a regular full-fledged auction house, if you want to call it like that. It's okay. It's okay, Mia. And like I said, you can participate. And here's the thing. I don't want anybody to understand one thing about me. I'm very easy to get along with, as well as I have tried to have something for everybody's price point. So if you think I don't have anything less than $20, you're wrong. I'm going to have something for everybody's budget in my show. All these people who are familiar with my show, they know that I have everything from under $10 up to multi-$100. I just don't want everybody to think that just because I'm showing all 14 karat gold in a segment of my show, like, oh my gosh, there's nothing there for me. There is something here for you. And if not, I'm going to try to find my best to get great deals for all of you. So just understand that, we have something for everybody here. And you're always welcome here. The only thing that I do at this point, I only ship within the continental United States. So hopefully I know where you live, Mia, but hopefully you do. I don't ship international right now. So hopefully that's okay with everybody, but that's what I do right now. And so, yeah. So Francis understands. So that's what I do. So I know that some people, everybody has their own little way of doing their own show. And that's not my job, is to, to tell people what to do on their own business. And this is how I do my business. And so far it's worked for me and my husband. And everybody's been happy with how I do it. And other sellers do things that they do and they're happy with what they do. So this is what makes, and I appreciate you asking the questions, Mia, because that also understands that everybody's show is a different format and how they do it. How that works is, and then when we do the invoicing for invoices purposes, Mia, or for anybody else wants to know, we wait until Wednesday morning to do the invoicing. Now, what's going to happen come next week? Now this week will be the same format like we do every week. We wait till early morning Wednesday to do the invoices. We expect payment hopefully within 48 hours. We're not going to push it, but we like to get it out before Friday. Okay. Um, I know certain things come up for people. As long as you talk to me about it, we'll work it out. But the sooner you pay, my husband does all the invoicing and the packaging and the shipping. I get the product ready for you guys and tell you about it and produce it. I'm going to get more involved now that I'm going to be full time, because when I was doing this, when I was balancing this and doing the hospital, it was getting kind of chaotic a little bit. But it's okay. I'm happy about it. Happy about this new journey. So I'm going to get more involved with the business. I'm going to be here for you guys at all times. So you won't have to call me or when I'm at lunch and say, Jenny, what's going on? Oh, so and so send me an email. But my husband's really, really good. And if you guys haven't met Joe, he's a sweetheart. He loves spreadsheets. He loves Excel. He loves doing all that, the things that my brain doesn't seem to do really well. So, what does it say? What am I missing here? Thank you, Martha. I appreciate that. Yeah, so you're good, Mia. So if you're in Indiana, you're good, honey. So I could ship to my husband. He works in the US. You could ship it to anywhere you want, Francis. You can tell me where you want me to ship it. As long as it's in the continental United States, we're good. How you get it to where it needs to go to you, then you're fine. You're good. But yeah, I only ship in the continental United States. Yeah. So yeah, right now, currently, if you guys don't know what I do, I work in registration in the emergency room for the last 6 years. That's what I've done for my full-time job. So things have been changing a little bit. So I've decided to make this drastic change. But I've been doing this for 2 years. We just celebrated our 2-year anniversary on YouTube. Apparently, I just became monetized. How do I say that? Monetized. I'm still working on all the things about, I'm like the most. I'll tell you guys, I'm 52 years old. I'm going to be 53 in December. Sometimes I remember the times when we used rotary telephones. Okay. So digital time and certain things that I haven't really figured out yet. I can figure it out some manner, but there's some things that don't fix what ain't broke. I'm one of those girls that don't fix what ain't broke. That's me. I'm like so simple, like meat and potato kind of girl. That's the way I am. So I make things I'm trying to make things simple. But yeah, so we decided to do this. And my husband during COVID thought of this, and that's when we all discovered YouTube during COVID, right? So I did in our household. So that's when he found that YouTube was great. And he's found you guys on YouTube and a lot of these resellers that I saw. And he says, Jenny, you can add so much to the community with all your knowledge. Because for those of you who don't know about my background, I'm going to give you just a little snippet, and then I'm going to go because I've been talking for a lot. I went to the GIA, the Gemological Institute of America, in 1994. Okay, so I got my graduate gemologist degree in 1994. And if you don't remember when 1994 was, everybody, that was the time when the infamous OJ chase happened. So I was out in Santa Monica, California. If you're not familiar with the geographical location of Brentwood, that literally was about a mile and a half just north of where I lived. Okay, so when that was the most surreal thing I ever saw in my life was watching something on TV and open up the side door of our apartment building and see the helicopters fly around. It was the most surreal thing I ever saw. So I was there doing that. But after I got done with school, I came back I'm originally born and raised outside of Chicago. That's where I'm from. Worked there in a jewelry store for a little bit. And then I got married. And then I moved to Wisconsin with my husband, my first husband. And I worked in I call them mom and pop, family owned business outside Milwaukee for a little bit. And then actually worked at a couple of jewelers out there actually for a little bit. And then I got divorced first time. Then I moved to Atlanta. Okay. Atlanta, I kind of took a break from jewelry for a little bit until like later a little bit. And I worked for one of the jewelry channels on TV. They're still in business now. But I did inventory control for one of the high-end, I guess, jewelry, television jewelries outfits, I guess you want to call them. I don't want to say their name because then they get mad at me. But anyway, so I did that for a little bit. And then I got divorced with husband number two. So then I moved to Florida. My parents retired here. That's how I got to Florida. I live in the Panhandle of Florida. So I've been down here since 2014, and I went back to college. And my mom kind of pursued me to go back to college and got. I had a college, my 2-year degree, but I never went to a 4-year university. Okay, I always thought that I had to have a 4-year geology degree to go with my gemological degree, which I didn't necessarily do. But I went back to college, finished my Associate of Arts, because I had an Associate of Science degree from my local community college in outside Chicago. So I got to my local community college here, and I got my Associate of Arts degree in 2017, and that's when I met Joe. And Joe, then him and I started dating, and I still at that time enrolled in the bachelor's program for healthcare management. So that's what I did, and I graduated in 2019 with my bachelor's of applied science, bachelor of applied science degree. I'm looking at thinking how it is. And actually graduated summa cum laude, which I was very happy about, all A's. So I was very happy. I was actually president of Phi Theta Kappa. If you guys don't know what that is, it's the National Honor Society. So I was very happy to do that. And then started working in my local hospital here, right about 3 miles down the road. So I've been doing that since June 1st of 2019. And now, 6 years later, I'm going to start this new journey with you guys. So that's just a little bit about me. I enjoy my passion. So at work, I've actually taken off. People ask me, how does that work for you, Jenny, and with healthcare and jewelry? You'd be believe or surprised how some of them are they rely on my knowledge a lot. Like, for example, when patients come in with their jammed fingers and they say, Jenny, what do you do? And I said, first thing I say, go get an ice pack. Get an ice pack and some Windex, and look at me like I'm crazy. I said, if we can, we're going to get that off without cutting that ring. And they're looking at me like, what? I said, yeah, because one thing is we can do when you put ice pack on your finger and finger gets jammed and you jam your finger, it starts swelling up. So you got to get an ice pack. So Windex is actually a very jeweler's favorite friend. If you haven't been told that, I'll tell you about that maybe another time. But it does get rings off. So don't use lotions, toothpaste, or anything else besides Windex it also cleans your jewelry too. So it's a really cool thing. Anyway, that's my little thing. We'll talk more about all that more in the future. Do you guys have any questions? Because I gotta go to bed. It's 11:45. I've been doing this for an hour. Is any of you guys any questions? Otherwise, we'll see you guys Tuesday. But yeah, this is how I kind of do it, Mia, or for all the new people who are kind of watching. I'm very interactive with you guys. Yeah. And if I try to explain gemology in a way that makes it easy, in a way that try to make it when I use the term in my channel a lot, called plant the seed, which means is I can explain something to you. If you want to read more about a specific topic we discuss, that's where you guys can do some research on what I talk. I use a lot of simple terminologies to make it simple, because I've heard that from a lot of over the years. I'm doing, like I said, I worked in the jewelry industry for over 26 years. When people come to the store, I dealt with farmers that were drenched in mud. I've dealt with people who were rich as can be. I've dealt with everybody around the sun. They said, Jenny, you've always been pleasant. You've always been wonderful. You make things easy to understand. And they laugh at me and they say, well, how did you learn this? I said, because I was one of those girls that was very much like a tomboy as a kid. So I said, I kind of understand the whole situation about being judged and how people should act and all this kind of thing. So I am kind of at the point where if I make things easy, and you guys can say it in a more, technical way or more adjective way, which way you want to talk about it, you can do it. It's great. So anyway, thanks, Suzanne. I appreciate that. You're welcome. And I hope you subscribe and register with me. That would be great. And everybody have a good night. And unless there's got any questions, I'm going to go. I think you guys are good. But you get a sense of how I am, and I appreciate you guys tuning in late tonight. I know it's like midnight almost. And yeah. And I'm glad. Thank you, Emil, for the questions. I like that when you guys ask questions to me, because and Francis as well. I'm gonna give you one last piece of info with my father passed away actually a few years ago. But one of the pieces of information he gave me was, when people ask questions, it's a sign of intelligence. So that means that somebody's listening to you, Jenny. So if you can ask, and I, in college, believe it or not, guys, I asked lots of questions because I am a non-traditional student. When I entered a classroom, when I get 18 to 22-year-olds in the same classroom as me, and I'm like, at that time was in my late 40s, I mean, last time I was in a classroom when floppy disk and leg warmers were around, so things have changed a lot when I had to go back to college. So I had to learn that real quick. But I learned a lot of things when they're willing to answer questions. That's when you can ask those faculty members, which you pay their tuition for, and say, I'm going to ask a lot of questions. I literally had to make things simple. So if you guys don't have a question, I totally have been your boat because I know that makes sense to you. So if you ask a question to me, I'm gonna do my best to help you out. If not, at least lead you in the direction of where to look it up. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. But I love all of you. Thank you for the time tonight. And we will see you guys at 1 p.m. Central or 2 p.m. Eastern Tuesday. And we're going to share all these goodies and more. And you can always send me an email prior to that. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to be at the hospital, but I know that some of you guys have sent me emails. And if you send me anything tomorrow, my husband will check in. I check with my husband when I'm at lunch. And if not, I'll respond to your emails tomorrow night. Okay. We'll go from there. Okay. All right. Love you. As I show, we always share the love at this channel. That's why I have this on my desk every time. And thank you, Francis. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Leonora. Can't thank you enough. As always, you're the best. You know that. Suzanne. Who else have I missed? Me, Martha. And everybody's left. Probably they're all going to bed. Dina, Elizabeth. Always good to see you, my dear. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody as I'm going through the list? Let's see. Wendy. Jody, if you're still here, hello. And Kirsten, she stopped in. And anybody else, if I missed you, I'm sorry. But I'm just going to give you a whole big love and hugs. Like Kirsten says, I don't want to help you, but I truly mean it. You guys know it. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday. And again, if you can't be here, just send me an email. jensgemsfinds@gmail.com. Say, Jenny, I want to look at, give me info on such an item. Or if you're looking for something that I didn't show, most of the time I can bring it out too. Okay? Love you. Have a good night.